Hi, welcome to this video. My name is Joshua, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to turn your WhatsApp and nah, that was a typo, but let me correct it quickly. Yeah, that was pretty fast, right? How to turn your WhatsApp to a sales closing system. And I'm going to focus on how this works for whether it's paid ads or organic traffic, how you're going to manage the flow of your leads from whatever traffic source you are using down to your system, your automation system, and that way scale it up as fast as possible. If you're watching this video for the first time, my name is Joshua, just in case you don't know, and welcome to this session. And on the comment section, you can actually comment in the comment section of this video, depending where you're watching this video, your experience running your business across multiple platforms and not having a system that's automated. Maybe I should know in the comment section. We're going to focus on how to turn your WhatsApp to a sales closing system. Now, there are basically different sources of traffic, but let's work with the basic, a singular traffic source for the sake of this particular video, right? We're just going to focus on Facebook ads, right? Let's say Facebook ads, and you're running a lead ad campaign. If you run ads, you know what I mean. If you don't run ads, you might not really understand this. You might want to watch our Facebook ad video on Serlzo YouTube channel. Then you can actually understand what this means. However, I'm going to move on. So if you run a lead ads, you know you can link it to WhatsApp and send traffic directly from WhatsApp, from Facebook to your WhatsApp. But there is something amazing about this function flow is that you can actually add custom messages. All right, you can actually add custom messages. Now, custom message is the message that this user is going to have when they click on your ad or whatever platform it is. Let's say it can even be on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it is. They click on that button and it comes with a message to your WhatsApp. And that message is going to look like something like this. Hi, my name is Joshua Mba and I am interested. So let's use a real estate product in purchasing your XYZ estates. Right? And this is the message we set on Facebook ad or wherever it is, and they're going to come straight with this message. So let's just assume that this is the message you're going to come with, and let's assume that they've clicked on your ads and they are landing on your inbox with this message. So because I already know the message they're landing with on my inbox, and I want to automate the entire experience for them, right? So in the case of a real estate person, right, which is like a base case study, can be any business you're running, I want to book the lead for a call or inspection, right? For a call or inspection. Book the lead for a call or inspection. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to head over to my Serlzo account, right? Zoom in a little bit so that it can be very clear to you guys. Yeah. And I want to automate the entire process. Let me walk you through what I'm going to do. Remember, this is my objective goal one. I want to get them book a call or inspection. And then number two, I want to pre-sell them. So what is pre-selling? Pre-selling means you want to talk about your products and show them all of the sides of your product and get them ready to make the buying decision. So in the case of a real estate person, right, which is our core illustration for today, in the case of a real estate person, how does it work? How it works is that these people would basically probably have seen your ad about a property or a product, and there are a lot more information you couldn't communicate on your Facebook ads that you want to really take time to break down. So because I want to preset them, usually you can do a 5 days to 7 days message series. Okay, 5 days to 7 days message series, right? And that message series is that on the first day, watch this. The one I'm going to tell them about the soil texture of the estate, right? The two, I'm just using it at the top of my head. I'm going to sorry, it's texture. The two, probably I'm going to tell them about development in that area, right? And day three, again, it might be the special offer for the estate, right? And then so on, so on, so on, so on, and so on. So you're going to map out 5 days to 7 days series. So I want immediately they come in, send me that message, this thing should start happening from wherever traffic source it is, assuming it is Facebook. So how do I achieve this as a business owner? And how do I do this as fast as possible? Okay, so let me walk you guys through. Okay, so we're going to achieve this from our Serlzo dashboard. Now this is my Serlzo dashboard, and the first thing first is we have to go to our lead generation section, and then we are going to create a list. So creating a list is so that we can actually harness, or for lack of better word, put all of these leads that are going to come in from our traffic source, group them properly in one place, right? So I'm just going to edit this one here. Let's just call it real. Let me just call it. I've probably done a lot of demo videos. Demo 1, 2, 3. Let's just do a lot of. Let's do demo 1, 2, 3 again. Edit. Just call it demo 1, 2, 3. So always remember the name demo 1, 2, 3, right? And then we come to automation. So remember, we are sending traffic directly to our WhatsApp from the traffic source directly. So they come to WhatsApp. So they apparently won't even fill a form or go to our website and all of those stuff, right? So for us to probably achieve this, of course, we won't be using the form functionality and all of that. So we'll just come back to WhatsApp marketing. Give me a little bit here, and then we'll click on chatbots, which is the first menu right there. And we're going to create a chatbot, right? And we'll click on create chatbot. Meanwhile, it's important for you to know that for each of the features on Serlzo, if you don't know how to use any of them, you always see this icon here, this video icon, this guy. If you click on it, you see a demo video that explains how to use that particular feature. Okay, and then you can actually now toggle it closed. So click on create chatbot, and then we are going to zoom out a little bit. The first thing we'll see here is the title of the chatbot. So I'm going to just call the title demo 1, 3. It really doesn't matter. And then the prompt. The prompt is the message I'm expecting our users or my leads to send to me. So I'm going to copy this message here. I copy it, and then I come in right here and paste it. Hi, my name is whatever their name is going to be. Okay, of course, they probably won't type their names. So I probably should even kick it out because it's just a single click button. Hi, I am interested. So let's just say it's hi, I'm interested in purchasing your XYZ estate, or inspecting, or interested in XYZ estate, whichever way you want to put the sentence that you want them to click on. But most importantly, you come to the prompt type. Now the prompt type has two types. You see that is the contain. Let's go down a little bit. See that contain or equal to. Contain means that somehow someone might click on your ad or whatever link it is, click on your button, and when they are joining, they might decide to now add my name is Joshua at the end when they are sending it. So but we just want to make sure that as far as this sentence is part of whatever they are sending us, please get them started with the entire flow. If you use equal to, if they add any other text or character, then it's not going to work. So you use contain, but a little bit. You see, add contact to list. So once they send you that message, we turn on this guy, and then we choose a list where we want to add them. All right. Let's say we want to add them, of course, to this demo 1, 2, 3. So Serlzo will take their phone number and their name and save it for you in this list. Okay. Now you see add contact to WhatsApp group. Now, if you want to add the person also to WhatsApp group, this is now for other business models. I'm not sure it applies to real estate people, probably for digital creators, right? You can toggle this on and add them to any group you want to add them to if they send you that message, right? So I'll toggle this off back. I don't want to add them to any group. And then this is where you now type your response. What message do you want to reply these people? So immediately they come into your DM, you have to have a custom message. This custom message can actually be for, in our case, we are using a real estate business as an example, is to welcome them, right? Welcome them and then get them ready to get on a call with you or get them started with the booking process for those who want to book for inspection, depending on what your call to action is. So I'm just going to type out the core things. On this, I'm not going to really like start figuring out the entire marketing flow. So if I type hi, I want to call out their name. I'll click on this personalized icon here. Let me scroll down a little bit. This guy right here. I click on this guy. You see add name. It adds their name to the text. You see hi name. But even if you don't want to do that, I can easily just type the square brackets and then name in small letter and then close it back. I need to carry their name, right? And then I can type any other message. I can say I'll just type yada 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 yada. Right? You can construct your message properly, right? I don't want this video to be super long, so there's no point sitting down here to type out all of those, right? If you've attended any of our trainings, real estate trainings, or the circle program, you probably know what to do at this point. Then you set the timer for this response. I can say, okay, after like 4 seconds, after the person sends this message for like 4 seconds or 10 seconds, then reply the person so that it doesn't come immediately. So I can say, you leave for 10 seconds and then send them that message. Again, I can decide to add another response. Maybe after sending the first message, I can say, okay, send another message. This is the first message here. I can say, send another message and send them whatever, and delay it for another, let's say 15 seconds. And then the first message goes, and after 15 seconds, the second message comes in. Amazingly, on Serlzo, when this flow is happening, Serlzo will show them a typing state. They'll see typing on WhatsApp. So probably they'll feel like somebody's typing it and all. So just to engage, keep them engaged and keep the flow in sync. So once you do this, you create save. Now, this is the first stage. So what this chatbot does for you is it captures the message, it saves their contact to a list, and it also gives them a first level response. Now, for us to achieve this other part of book the leads for inspection, pre-sale we have done the book the leads for inspection or call. Pre-sale them the 5 days. So this is the 1 day, 2 day, 3. So we want to start telling them about this estate that they already have interest on, so that it will make the whole closing process faster for us, right? To make the whole closing process faster for us, so that while we get them on the call and even after we get off on the call, they see more reasons why they need to buy that product. All right. Yeah. So here is it. So I'm going to come here and click on create chatbot. Oops, not create chatbots. Click on autoresponder this time, not chatbot, please. Autoresponder. So autoresponder is where we now sequence everything that will go to them once they are already on our list. So chatbot brings them into our list. Autoresponder takes it up from there. So I'm going to create a autoresponder, and I'm going to call it demo 1, 2, 3. And then description, probably just call it the same thing. And then select the list. Now we have to be careful. Make sure you're selecting the correct list. I've seen a couple of people make that mistake. So in my case, remember we're using demo 1, 2, 3. I select that list and then click on create. Now this is straight up create. Now I have to now add threads. So threads on Serlzo is the way you have to. A minute, I think it's F11. Good. So adding threads is the way you add messages and sequences, right? So if I click on add thread and I'm going to say day 1, remember our day 1 message. So I'm going to say day 1 as a title, it really doesn't matter. The title is just for me to know what it is. So I can say day one, whatever I want to call it, to remember what it is. And then I can switch tab, right? Okay, this is the point where a minute, please. I undo what I did. Okay, so I'm going to really stick to full screen now. Okay, cool. So I copied the one, and the one is supposed to be about soy, about the texture. Again, this is top of my head. It's not. You shouldn't like use this straight up. I mean, you have to fine tune it properly. About the texture, the soil quality or soil texture of the estate, and why that place is a good land. It's not like a swampy area. The soil is not bad. You can build any kind of thing. You can use it for agriculture. I mean, you know the estate you want to promote. Then I type in the message explaining that concept. The one. So this is the first message. I can say send delay. Remember, our chatbot have given them an instant response already. So I can say after 1 day, send them this message. Right? And then I click on create thread. Just set to. And then I click on add another thread. So this is the first thread that will go, primary thread. I click on add thread. So I'm going to copy that message, the to message. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to type all of the explaining the developments, the area. I can even clip some links on the message and say click to watch this YouTube video or watch that video, or even upload a flyer as an image. If I click on this icon right here, I can select an image to upload. Right? I type all the whatever I want to type, and then say okay. After sending this, send this again 1 day after the previous one. So the day works 1 day after the previous one sent. This one sent. Now, if you look closely, this message will be sent after the previous thread using the parameter set above. Note, you can use this decimal. So if I want to send in 30 minutes, I can use 0.5 hours. 0.5 hours to send this message in 30 minutes, right? And I put this guy on 0. So in 30 minutes, this message drops. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in days or hours. You can actually remix this. So 1 day, 0.5 hours. 0.5 hours is 1 day, 30 minutes from the time the previous one was sent. So I've added the 2 message, and then the third one. You just do this for the 5 messages, and you just get to do this in less than, if you have written all of the copies in less than 30 minutes, you're already done setting up the entire flow. So I type my message, add everything. Of course, I can call out their name. I can say, let me do this. Hi, and I put their name right here. Add their name, and then type whatever I want to type. And then schedule the date and time. Let's say 1. And then I click create thread, right? So on my screen right now, you've seen that I have created 3 threads that will send sequentially. This one sends the first time, second time, third time, all true. All true, right? That's pretty much it. That's all. So going back to our initial arrangement, let me show you guys. Watch this now. Remember, our initial arrangement is let them get from the art, come in, and then they are booking for a call. Our autoresponder responds to them, and then our preset messages start going out. You can line it up 7. All of these messages are supposed to qualify or prepare these people to be easily closed on the deal, right? For extensive training on this, I mean, you could actually join any of the circle conferences that Joshamba hosts or any other program. But on the lighter notes, is now you've seen how to use the software to achieve your marketing process. All right. Yeah. So without any further ado, thank you for joining this video, and feel free to share this video if you want, so that other people can learn how to use it. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Bye. Again, thinking about how to sign up on Serlzo, of course, www.serlzo.com. That's where you get started. Bye.
Okay, so We are back again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Serlzo's Know Your Serlzo dashboard today. So, today we're going to be going through how to use the WhatsApp autoresponder. A lot of us have been complaining that. Let's just break it down quickly. Okay. So, this is your dashboard, and you quickly go to automation, go to WhatsApp marketing, and then go to WhatsApp marketing, go to autoresponder autoresponder. Now there's a difference between autoresponder and chatbot. Okay, autoresponder. This is a series of messages that send out to your prospect as a follow up. Okay, and you can schedule them. Let's take a look at my own here. Here we say view threads. So if you take a good look at this one here, you would see that I've scheduled messages, which means that if someone joins my list 3 hours after they join my list, this is the message they receive. Edit this particular message. Okay, you can see I scheduled it. So I'll be showing you how to do this. 3 hours after they join, this is the message one, M1. 4 hours after they join, message two. Now, this is the complication a lot of people have. 4 hours is 4 hours after 3 hours, not 4 hours after they join. So let's say your prospect joined by 9 o'clock in the morning. You set 3 hours delay, okay, which means 12 o'clock p.m. they receive this M1. M2 is going to go out, that's message 2, 4 hours after 12 o'clock, not 4 hours after 9 o'clock. They joined 9 o'clock, the person entered your list 9 o'clock. Okay. So 4 hours means it's now 4 p.m. that they'll receive the second message. Okay. So 3 hours is 12 o'clock. That's when they receive first message. Then 4 hours is after the first message has gone out. Okay. Let's leave the long talk and just get to doing it. So we come here, we tap create autoresponder. So I tap create autoresponder, and then the title could be anything you want. Remember, the title is this is just for you to remember. Could be 7 days no disturbance follow up. Okay, then this could just be the follow up sequence for my digital course. Okay, so when now we've named our autoresponder title and we've given it the description, the follow-up sequence for my digital course. The next thing you want to do is which list do you want this autoresponder to be triggered for? Which list will your lead join and they will start receiving these follow-up messages? Okay, so you select your list here. Let's take VR Flow 5, okay? And then we create, or do you know this is an active one? Let's take this 3 V Flow 3. So that's the name of your list. It could be whatever name you give your list. Create. Okay, so now we've created it. It's lagging a bit. Create. Good. Operation successful. So we're not done. No, we're not done. Once we've created it, we can now come and start scheduling the messages. Okay, so let's see. Okay, it's open already. It's open already. See it here. This is our remember 7 days follow up. This is our list. So what you want to do now is you tap edit. Sorry, you tap view threads. Edit is to edit the description and all. Okay, we've done that. We've set that up. So you tap view threads. When you tap view threads, what you do now is okay. So what we do here is create thread. So we tap it, create thread. So now the title of your thread, remember the one I showed you before was message one, message two, message three. So it could be whatever you want. Since this is our first message, let's just name it M E1. message one or just message one. Okay, so what do you want? What's the first thing you want to send your lead? Whatever, this is now your decision to make. So it could just be, hi, I noticed you haven't mm, haven't I noticed you haven't. Where is this? Okay. You have not taken up on the offer. Okay, this could be the message, and whatever it is, it could be long, it could be short, your decision to make. Remember how to use the bold, italics, underline, the emojis, the what the import pictures, email, call them by their first name, location. So this is default already. And of course, we're sending after delay. If you want to send immediately, you can put it send after delay. So now this is days and hours. Okay. So let's say uh 3 hours after the person joins, send the person this message. Okay. So even though the lead joins in the night, it will start counting from night. So if your lead joins by 12 a.m., it sends them this message by 3 a.m. So you tap create thread. Okay, we create thread. Then let's now go to the tricky part where most of you might be confused. Okay, we have already created a thread with this title. So let's just name it MESS age message one. Message one. So tap create thread. Okay, so it's supposed to go now. You have already created a thread with this title? Let me pause this. Okay, I figured it out. So we named it follow one. Okay, so we named it follow one. So now this message is what we send 3 hours after. What you want to do now is add thread. So you tap add thread. You can name this follow two. Then I'm like, hi, it's me again. You still, you now type whatever you want to type. Okay, but you now come here. And when you're setting it now, if you're typing 4 hours, it means it's sending 4 hours after the first one has gone off. So the first one went out by 3 a.m. This one is going 4 hours after 3 a.m., meaning it's going out by 7 a.m. Okay, so it's not going 4 hours after the person joins, it's going 4 hours after the previous. Look at it here. This message will be sent after the previous thread using the parameters set above. Okay, so if you're putting 1 day 4 hours, it is 1 day 4 hours after 3 a.m., after the first message, the first thread went out. Okay, so you could now do the maths. How often do you want them to receive the messages? Do you want them to receive it 18 hours after, 9 hours after, 18 hours after, 9 hours after? That is your choice to make. Okay, so let's start create thread. No, I'm not using these, just hours. Okay, zero. Let's put zero there. We tap create thread. Okay, so um there we go. Beautiful. So now you could do this for as many days as possible. You could keep on doing this for 7 days. If you want to follow up on your prospect or your lead for 7 days, schedule up messages for the next 7 days. And remember, you're not doing it in one day after, 2 days after. It's going to always be in hours. It's always going to be in hours, because if you do one day after, it is one day after the previous thread, which is not what you want. You want them to be receiving it at least once in a day or 2 times in a day. Okay, so that's the way to use the WhatsApp autoresponder on Serlzo. Do have a good day, and I hope you enjoy using Serlzo. Okay, so this is another video on Know Your Serlzo dashboard. Okay, you have just activated your account, and this is what you should be seeing. Okay, the only difference is you'll be seeing zero everywhere here. All right, so first of all, this is your dashboard. This is where you see all that is going on your account. Okay, account activity shows what you have been doing for the past few days. All right, you can join the Telegram community here. If you have a question, then you watch how to learn the ropes in 5 minutes from our YouTube channel. This video probably would be this video currently will be here. So you tap it if you want to refer back to this video. And then if you want to reach out to customer support, this is where you should tap. Okay. When you tap this customer support and then you ask any question or any challenge, is a live chat. All right. So you get your response in within 3 to 5 minutes. All right. So this is your dashboard. Most people always complain about subscription. So if you want to subscribe, you change your currency. If you're having issues paying with whatever currency you have, probably you want to change. You want to use your Nigerian debit card, change the currency to Nigerian naira. Okay. If you want to use the dollar card, you change it to USD. Then every payment process on your account would be processed in dollars. Okay. So let's take it back to naira. This is where you get notifications, probably on new feature launches, announcements. You'll be getting it here. All right. So let's go to the first feature, which we see here, lead generation. So in lead generation, what does this do? This is basically your lists. Okay. Of course, it differs according to plans, to the kind of plan you subscribe to. So this list now is the number of people that you were probably the number of let's view list, number of leads you were able to, okay, no, for privacy sake, the names. Okay, so if you when you how do you create a list? When you come here, you tap create list. When you create list, you name it probably list list 5. All right, and then if you want to remind yourself what the list is about, you say facebook facebook ad campaign, or you say probably you say Instagram ads campaign. Wherever you're generating the leads from, that would be description. Then you now tap create list. So when you tap create list, of course, operation successful. So your list is now created. All right. So this is how to operate the list feature. When you come to these three buttons here, when you tap it, you see all these options here. Edit is if you want to edit the name of the list or the description of the list. View list is if you want to view it. Share list is if you want to share it with another Serlzo user. Export list is if you want to export the contacts that you have there already, the leads that you have. Okay, so let's tap view list. View list now. Let's say you've generated leads already and people have joined it. You saw on my other list, you've seen numbers, you've seen number of people that are on the number of contacts that are on those leads, that list. Okay, so if since there's no, let's add a contact. Let's just add a contact. Yes, of course, if you can add someone's contact to your list. So probably someone messaged you about something, they inquired about your product, and then you just give them brief explanation, but you know that they need follow up. So you just come here and you tap add contact. Okay, let's say the person's name is Philip. You put his email. This is the default email I'm using, but you use the email of the person so that they also receive, so that you can also market with them with emails. So you tap 09066874209. This is a random phone number though. So these are the only things you need. Then you tap create contact. Automatically this person is already in your list. Okay, one amazing thing about Serlzo is this is the shortcut I use whenever I'm searching for lists. When you come to a list of, this one now has 1579 contacts. I have 1579 contacts on this list, and it might be it might be a very huge task looking for searching for leads for a contact. So what I just usually do is, of course, you search by name. Okay, so you can search by name. You can come here and type Philip, and of course it will pop up. It will show you contact, one contact. Let's say you have multiple Philips. You know the last. I usually use the last four digits of the person's number. So you say 4209. That's the trick I use, and it just shows me every single contact that has 4209. It shows me there, it pops up. So you see Philip came up again. So if you want to search for your contacts on a list that has a huge number of like a large number of contacts, okay, you do that. So automatically, how do you add people to your list? You can do it three different ways actually. I just showed you the first way you can do that manually. Secondly, the second way you can do that is when you go to this automation feature, you go to WhatsApp marketing. You can do that with, okay, you have to link your WhatsApp. So of course you remember to link your WhatsApp number. So here you can use the chatbot pro feature to add people to your list automatically. How does this work? You use chatbot feature, and you can use the form feature. So let's check how chatbot feature. Chatbot feature, what's the auto reply title is depends on you. Okay, whatever it is you want. You can say the name is Facebook ads again, Facebook ads, and then prompt or keyword. So what does this do? What you're saying when you're setting this chatbot now, you're saying whoever messages me, hi Philly, okay, no, don't add any commas, don't add anything, just words. Hi Philly, I want to pay now. Whoever messages me, hi Philly, I want to pay now, once they send me that to my WhatsApp number, automatically add them to that list. Okay, so prompt type contains means any sentence that contains this sentence now, automatically pick it up and get and trigger this chatbot reply, or equal to say it is a must, it is this, hi Philly, I want to pay now. If they say hi Philly, I want to pay now, but it's not going to trigger. Okay, so contains is the best this thing. So response is okay, once they message this, what do you want to respond? But this, I'll take this session again when I'm talking about the automation feature. But how does, so you set delay time, you can, I'll show you this, I'll show you more on that. But this is what I'm talking about. Toggle to add the contact to reply this prompt to a list. So when you enable this, it shows you an option. Which list do you want? So you remember list 5, we'll select list 5. So let's just come here and just add something here. Okay. So list 5 now, what does this mean? If someone messages me, hi Philly, I want to pay now, automatically add them to list 5. Okay, that's what it means. So you go here, probably put delay 5 seconds, and then tap create. Then you tap create. Operation field, your WhatsApp. So, okay, that you have to link your WhatsApp number. This is showing because my WhatsApp number is not linked. Okay, so once you create that, is good. You're good to go. Okay, so that's the second way you can add. You can add a contact to your list. Let's go back to lead generation. Remember, I'm taking it feature by feature. So we're still in lead generation. The third way you can add a contact to your list is through forms. This feature here. So forms now, you come and create a form. The same thing, you give it a title. You can say FB ads campaign. Okay. And then is it a lead generation form or a sales form? Well, I'm using a lead generation form. So choose list to save form details. So whoever fills out this form, which list should we save them to? List 5. Do you see? So this is the third way you can add. Then you now come here and tap create form. This is the third way you can add a contact to your list. All right. So now let's talk about forms. Now about forms, you've already seen why I tapped create form. So you give your form a title, form FB ads campaign, lead generation form. Lead generation form is what you drop probably on your Facebook ads so that they fill out something before they land in your WhatsApp DM or join your list. They don't even need to join. Once you have them on your list, it's not a must. If it's not up to you if you want them to come to your WhatsApp or not. Okay. So choose list to save form details. We choose list 5. So after they fill out the form, this is where the form will be. So you can choose to hide field. Say, okay, no, it's only their email and WhatsApp I need. So you tap hide hide, okay, or you tap show. Then if you want, after filling this form, what do you want them to see? Do you want them to see submit? Is it submit, or anything other, whatever it is? So let's submit. After they click submit, do you want to redirect them to another place? If you want to redirect them to another place, you enable this feature. Then now, let's say you want to redirect them to your WhatsApp DM. So you put your WhatsApp link here so that it will now be inside this button. Once they click that button, it takes them to your WhatsApp or your landing page or wherever it is. Okay, that's what this feature is for here. All right, so you can now do the aesthetics, choose the color to suit your brand or whatever. All right, so that's basically how to create a form. You tap create form. Okay, let's disable this. So you tap create form. All right, so operation successful. Okay, so what you can, as you've created this form, what next to do? You tap these three buttons. Remember, you can always edit it. Okay, so what you usually do is you embed this code somewhere. You can't just, they can't just do anything with this form you've created. So once you're done creating a form, you tap these three buttons and you tap embed code. It will give you a code. It's still loading. Have you seen it? So it gives you this code, these two codes: copy iframe embed code, copy HTML embed code. So you copy that. All right, and then you go and paste it on a landing, probably on a landing page or a website. But lucky enough, Serlzo, now we're talking about the third feature here, which is a page builder. So you can do literally everything here on Serlzo. All right, so now you've copied the link, the code to your form. You come here to page builder, so I can build a very brief landing page. So you create DFY page. So you can build a landing page here. Okay, if you want to learn how to build a landing page, you watch this video here to show you how to use Serlzo's landing page builder. So just tap it to take you to YouTube. All right, um that's this for these three features. Okay, so let's go to automation. Automation, now this is the email marketing. The everything under email marketing. How to, this is the dashboard for you. If you want to get credits and all, this is what you need to, this is where you need to go. Okay, the email broadcasts. If you want to create your email, a series of email broadcasts, this is where you do it. You create email. All right, you put the sender's name, the email, the person's email. All right, do this is literally how you can set up your whole email sequence here. Okay, everything here is for email. If you need a video, if you want to know how to set up your email broadcast and everything, always you can head to Serlzo's YouTube channel or just check our videos. We have a video that shows how you can make use of this feature here. All right, so WhatsApp marketing. Now if you're a WhatsApp marketer or you're selling on WhatsApp, remember you need to link your WhatsApp number. I would have done this before I started this video. You need to link your WhatsApp number. Okay, I believe you already know how to use Chatbot Pro. I talked about that. So we talk about WhatsApp broadcast. So WhatsApp broadcast now is basically how to send WhatsApp broadcast messages to people. You can see I sent, current as at 5 days ago, I sent WhatsApp broadcast messages to 2,123 people. Okay, it was even 120 38, but they kept on, they keep on reducing since they are taking up the offer. Okay, so as much for 6 days straight, I sent messages back to back twice in a day to 2,000 contacts. My WhatsApp didn't get banned. My WhatsApp did not hang. Okay, so you can see how effective Serlzo can be with WhatsApp broadcast. So how do you do that? You create a WhatsApp broadcast. You say what's the name of the title, what's the title? You say probably FB ads campaign, and then what's the name of the broadcast, the what do you want to send to them. So you could say, remember, you can say hi and you can mention the person's name. So you come to this place here and then you say first name, so it calls them by their first name. Okay, hi first name, and then you now start typing yada 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 yada. Okay, you can add your emojis, you can add location and all whatnot. All right. So okay, that's images. All right. So you who do you want to send these broadcast messages to? List five. You can send to more than one list actually. You can select all your lists. That's crazy. You can select all your lists. Okay. You can say, let's say if it's a general message you have for all of them, select all of them and all of them receive the broadcast messages. So if you want to exclude a list, that's it. Then instant or automated. Automated is you now set time you want it to go, schedule time you want it to go. All right, you set the time and everything. That's where you can do that. Then you tap send. What you even though it's in automate, it's as it's showing send here, it's not, it doesn't mean it will send immediately. Send just means like schedule. Okay, so it's not going to send immediately. So that's for that. You can schedule your WhatsApp status updates. So you could just come here, create status. Uh, you have to still link your WhatsApp. So you create status. Okay, do everything. You can add text, you can add image, what's the name of the status title, put the message you want to send, right? The font type, choose font type, choose background color. You can now customize that. You tap create. Okay, you tap create. As amazing as that is, it's only on Serlzo you can do it. Okay, so um we talk about autoresponder. Autoresponder is the message if you want to be following, is very, very good for follow-up sequences. Okay. If you want to follow up on your prospects, you can see this one here, webinar prep. This is the autoresponder I sent to people that join a new list. Okay. So you schedule it for number of days you want them to get it. All right. And this is the tricky thing that most people seem not to understand. This first message now, web one, okay, it was scheduled 3 days after they join a list. So the second web 2 message now, if you're saying 20 hours, it doesn't mean 20 hours after the 3 days. Okay, it doesn't mean 20 hours after you're setting it currently. This is the way it works. So now you said web 1 3 days. Let's say the person joined by, okay, let me use hours so it's not get confusing. Let's say web 2 now you say 20 hours. So the person joined by, let's say you use 2 hours, okay? The person joined by 9 p.m. If you set 2 hours delay here, it means by 11 p.m. the person will be receiving the second message. And when you're setting web 3, that's the third message, and you're saying 2 hours again. It's not saying 2 hours after 9 p.m. It's saying 2 hours after this one goes off. So all these messages are just following the previous messages. Do you understand? So web 2 now, if it goes out by 11 p.m., it means if you're setting 2 hours after for web 3, instead of saying 4 hours, that's so that it would be 4 hours, that's 4 hours after 9 p.m. No, if you're setting 4 hours for web 3, it means 4 hours after this one has gone. All right. So that's just the little explanation. They create autoresponder, you give it a title, okay, you give it a title, you give the description, you enter the list name, which list do you want, and then you create. All right. Then when you create your autoresponder, let's create one actually. Give it title, the description, and then lists. When you create it, you can now add threads. Threads are now, okay, WhatsApp again. Threads are those messages that they keep on receiving. Okay. So this is the autoresponder. This is the autoresponder. When you tap these three dots, you see view threads. Those threads are what I've already created. Okay. So this newly launched WhatsApp feature, Serlzo feature, shows all your WhatsApp contacts. Okay, I've not linked my WhatsApp, that's why it's not showing. Okay, so it shows all your WhatsApp contacts. Settings, if you want to link your WhatsApp number. So you can come here now and tap your phone number is here. You tap view status. You can see my phone number is not connected. If it's connected, to show connected. Okay, so you go to my store. My store, these are still coming soon. All right, so you can list your products, have your products like the way Jumia does it, your course like Coursera, payment process, everything is still going to be here. So link in bio is you create a link, so that's link that you post on your social media. All right, you can see mine here. So you just create it. When you create, where can you create? Here. Okay, add link. So you add link. Okay, you can design, okay, this way you want it to be, this way mine looks. Just simple. So when you put it on your bio, it's free. You put it on your bio, when they click on it, they open up to something like this stuff, this interface showing your name and briefly what you do and your products. Okay, so affiliate program, of course, you know that you can always affiliate more for VR. Okay, for Serlzo. Okay, so you come here, you copy your affiliate link, and then you share it with someone. When you copy your affiliate link and share it with someone, let's say you copy this affiliate link now and share it with a business owner. If the business owner subscribes on sales, you get 5% commission depending on your payment pack, on your plan actually. Okay, so you get 5% commission and it's recurring, meaning that next month when the person subscribes, you get 5% commission from his subscription fee. Okay, then profile settings. This is where you set up everything. All right, this is where you set up your KYC, your everything, your KYC, your bank details, your security, your link number, your subscription. Whenever you want to resubscribe, okay, this is where you do it. You come here to do everything. So that's basically a brief overview of how Serlzo works. Okay. So good luck. Remember, if you have any questions, always reach out to the customer support live chat here. All right. See you in the next video.
Welcome to this video. Yeah, in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to connect your Serlzo to your WordPress website. Okay, how to connect your Serlzo to your WordPress website. This is behind the hood of a WordPress account, right? Let me show you, right? And this is a page. Let me show you this other screen of a landing page I built with Thrive Architect on WordPress. So it could be Elementor, it could be any other page builder, really. It really, really doesn't matter actually. Okay. Now, let's get back to it. Yeah. So, how do I connect it? Business owners would always want to find a way to be able to generate leads from their own existing website and stay connected to Salesforce. And this is where the form feature becomes powerfully interesting. So I'm going to create a new form and I'm going to call it my customers form. Okay. And on the form section here, you could see that we have two types of form. One is the lead generation form, and one is the sales form, which will, of course, rename shortly to customizable form. What this means is that you can customize the second form by adding more fields to it. You can add as many fields as you want, and it will keep going and going and going. All right. Now, also, you can just focus on using the lead form, which has basically the full name, email, and WhatsApp number. And you can decide to, hide out any of these fields if you want, but we don't actually recommend that, especially if you are driving leads. Always collect these three information. And then what we want to do is we want to select a list that these leads will be stored in. And we have to create a list. Here already, I'm going to select my customer lists. All right. And then that's the list I wanted to save my contacts in. Then I scroll down here. I'm going to see CTA tag. Let's call this complete registration. And then I can pick the color of my CTA. That's the button. For example, this button here is called CTA. Okay. Um, so if I want the button to be this blue, that's the blue here, it will be this blue. If I want it to be red or whatever color I want, I'm going to pick green because the page you're going to put this is a green page. I should pick a contrast, right? It should be red rather. So we have a contrast on the page. And then I click on create form. Now, there is something interesting I forgot to mention, which I want to show you. Now, inside this form, look at the form we created now, my customer form. If I click on the three dotted icon, I can click on edit to edit it. Now, while editing it, now watch carefully on this screen. There is this instruction here that says toggle to redirect URL to send leads after form is filled. That means if I turn this on, I'll be able to redirect my leads to another page. Okay, to another page after they have filled the form. For me, I want to redirect them to Serlzo homepage. So you just put the link to your thank you page or whichever page it is. Remember, our customer list is what we selected, and then I click on edit form to update it. Now that I've updated it, I would have to click on these three dotted icons and click on embed code. Okay. Now the embed code would generate a code that we can use to embed this form on our WordPress website or any other website. All right, even if it's not any other website at all. So I've copied it, then I head over to my WordPress website. In this case, I'm using Thrive Architect. It's going to be exactly the same process for any other page editor you are using, even if it is Elementor. For Elementor, you just need to find out where the custom HTML tag is absolutely the same. All right. So I'll click on this add element and I'll scroll down to custom HTML, or you can easily just type custom HTML. You'll see this guy right here. All I need to do is to drag it to where I want it to be. For example, I want it to be here. And then I'll paste my code and click on save. Now it's going to load up my form directly inside this place. You can see my CTA was red color I chose, and that's it. It enters, it works perfectly fine. However, if you want to load it on a modder, for example, on this page, I'm using a modder. I said click to join list so that when they click on it, the form shows. I need to just click on this button that is triggering the form for Thrive Architect users. Same applies for Elementor. If you already use any of these tools, you should know where to find these things. All are just the same. And if you notice, I have animation and action for this button. All I need to do is to click on edit. I'll see the light box on Thrive. It's called light box. I click on edit light box. And then it brings me to this page where I edit the light box. Remember, I want this light box to load up and show me a form. So this is an existing form here that was already linked before that is currently redirecting to DFY webinar. Okay, I have to add that so that this works. Now I click on add element, type for custom HTML again, drag it in here, and then paste it and click on save. And then my form appears. So I can actually now delete this brother here and then leave the rest like that and click on save. Now it has saved my work. Has it? Yes, it has. It's because it's showing that pop up. Yep. And then I come back to this other page where I have done the magic. Of course, apply and save again. So the form code can be applied as a form on the page or as a modal, modal, or light box in this case. Okay, now I've done all of this. Let's test out this page and see how it looks like. So I'm just going to click on save and preview. Let's preview it together. It's loading. Loaded. So what do we need to do? We need to, it's funny to note that I built this in 2022. That's very serious. So but let's click on join list. Okay, the page is still loading. However, let's give it some time, please. Still loading. I'm sure my network is a bit slow. Let's test run it now. This is the page. Click on view list, and then the form comes up, and then we fill the form. Let's fill it with something cool. I don't like this autofill, really. So annoying. Well, let's fill it and then we go do it. Now we have filled the form, and then it is time for us to complete registration. Now remember when we said fill this form, we said it should redirect us back to Serlzo homepage, right? So let's see if that happens. Sorry guys, I have a bit of a very terrible network as at the time of recording this video, but I really sincerely apologize for the lag in network. It's a bit rainy here as at the time of recording this. Viola, and there we go. Submitted and redirected us to where we wanted it to redirect us to. So now let's confirm if this information was stored to the list that we wanted it to store. And then let's now confirm all of that. So I'll go back to my list. And then my contacts, this is the list I say you should save it to. Click on this icon, click on view list. And then I can see super user and then that information. Okay, so the list now correctly updated with the record that is submitted on my form. And this is exactly how you can connect your Serlzo to your WordPress site. Thank you, and see you in the next one. Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to connect your domain to Serlzo, right? Irrespective of the hosting platform you are using. We've done a previous video on this, but it was basically focused on showing how Bluehost users can actually connect their domain to Serlzo. However, this video is going to revolve more around Namecheap, and also it is exactly the same flow for a lot more hosting platform. We'll be unable to do videos for every hosting platform in the world, but if you're able to get it through this process, you will definitely be able to figure it out in any other hosting platform that you are currently using. Okay, without any further ado, let's get into it. So this is my Serlzo dashboard, the email section. If you're completely new to the platform, if you're completely new, you'll be requested to set up your email service on clicking on the email marketing tab. When you set up your email service, you have basically three things that are very important. The email broadcast autoresponder. We've done an overview video on this before, but let's just get into it. You need to click on your settings, and for me, I already have set up other domains to this account, but now I'm going to show you how to connect a brand new domain. So I just paid for a new domain. I'm going to be using that new domain to doing this integration. So for me, I already have domains. That's I'm seeing view and disable. Of course, I can't disable it because there's no other service available. I'm seeing view, but if you've not done it before, you will see a connect button. You just need to click on connect and then try the function. All right, so let's click on view domains, and then I can now see add domain at the top corner here, add domain. If I click on add domain, I'll be requested to complete a setting flow. The first thing I have to enter the domain name. All right, for my case, I have to enter www dot the domain name. Okay, This is the domain name, and I click on verify domain name. Now it will run a quick test on the platform to check if that domain name have has been registered before on the platform. If it has, then it can continue. But now it's available and no one has registered that domain on the platform. That means no one owns it. For it to be registered, there must be verification process for it. So let's proceed. This is the first step, which is the SPF, right? This step is a bit where described in this text, but a lot of people usually find it very difficult to read and understand. So I'm going to take time to explain that clearly because it's a bit technical. So it's not that it's complex, it's just a little bit of technicality. So the first thing you need to do is to head over to your hosting platform. Once you get here, head over to your hosting platform. In this case, I'm using Namecheap, and then here is the domain name right here. I'll just click on manage domain, and then now that I've clicked on manage domain, is a brand new domain. You will notice that there is another icon here called advanced DNS. Okay, advanced DNS, this means advanced domain name server. If you click on it, you will then see an interface like this. But for some users, you might not see an interface like this, especially people that have connected their domain to a WordPress hosting before. You might not see exactly this. Okay, so let me go back to domain. So for some people, just to walk you through, you see these name servers here. People might see it connected to Namecheap web hosting. I'll click on Mac. And if it is on Namecheap web hosting and you click on advanced DNS, you will not see that option. Notice the difference now. So for you to see the advanced DNS option, you have to move it from Namecheap web hosting DNS to Namecheap basic DNS. Now, before you do this as well, make sure you already know if your hosting is also on Namecheap, make sure you already know the IP address of your hosting service on Namecheap because you need to reconnect it here when you make this change. Else, your website might be offline for some time. So if you make this change, if you made this change, this is for those who are already using a web host service on Namecheap. You just need to add a new record. This is, like I said again, for those who have a hosting on Namecheap, add an A record, use the at, which represents every possible route on your hosting, and then you paste the IP address. So it could be anything actually. Okay. And then it will point to that IP address and your website will not go offline. Okay. But let's come back again to Serlzo. So for the sake of this, I'm going to redirect this URL to point directly to, I want it to point directly to Serlzo main website for now. This is just so that the home page will not be blank. This is not needed for you, but this is where it becomes interesting. So I'll head back to Serlzo right now. Now this is where you start. SPF said check if you already have an SPF record in your DNS, and this is a picture of it. The SPF record should look like this. It should be a TXT record. Look at the record type, and then the name should be at, and then this should be the value. In my own case, it doesn't exist because it's a new hosting. For some persons, it might already be existing. Now you have to follow the instruction. It now says, did you find an SPF record? If you did not find it, for example, I did not find the record described, I have to select this because the instruction is different. If you found it, you have to click on this guy and then follow through the instructions. So I'm going to walk through the two instructions. So for my case first, I did not find it. It now says create a TXT record. Sorry about that. It now says create a TXT record. And in the TXT record, say fill the name or host field with this at or enter your domain name, but usually at works, right? There are very rare cases you have other hosting platforms that you need to put the domain name, but at is always the standard. and then you put the value there. So this means that I have to create a txt record. I come back to my, sorry, you guys were not seeing that part of my screen. So let me walk through this again, right? You have to check if you have this record. The SPF record is this, TXT record at this. This is the exact SPF record. Okay. If you don't see this, in my case, it doesn't exist, then I have to select I did not find the record described. And now this is the instruction to follow through. Create a TXT record and fill the name host field with the following. Depending on the provider, you probably have to follow any of these functions. Leave it empty depending, but for Namecheap and most hosting platforms, you have to fill it with this at. Okay. Now for some platform, it might just be you putting back the domain name, and then this is the value. So let's head back to Serlzo. To create, look for a record, is not it, is txt record, right? It says the host should be at, and then the value, it gave us the value. Let's go back again and copy the value. I've replaced it with at, and then the value is this. Click on copy variable, and then it copies. This is the value. Then I go back to my Namecheap, and then I paste the record, and then I click on save changes. Now note this, I'll click on verify right now on my account, but most times it takes some time for it to verify. It's called propagation time. To need to propagate for some time. Okay, it will need to propagate for some time. So in my case, I have to wait for it. All right. So all I need to do is click on verify record. I'll click on verify record. Now it might connect immediately. Yes, it verified it immediately. All right. Perfect. Now for some persons, it might take few minutes, especially if you had that record before. Now let's go back to it again. I'm just going to click on back, and then it brings me back here. Now watch this. I found the record. Let's assume you already have the record on your hosting. Maybe you have tried to connect with other services before now. It says edit the TXT record and merge your existing value. So this is probably what you should be seeing, or something like this. You always see the V equals SPF1, and then you see other information. It says you will need to add this value, this variable. This is include Serlzo.co. So created value will look like this. Every other thing there, but you see Serlzo.co. So you then be looking out for mx inside the value, and just make sure you add this guy immediately after the mx. So you give a space, you can see a space here, and then you add this, include Serlzo.co. There is a column there and a space, and then that's it, and you click on verify. That's exactly how it works. Okay, simple. Now the next one is the DKIM. This also, all of the things you have to do here is very important. Click on copy. It says create a txt record, fill in the name or host field, fill in the value. So another txt record. We'll go back to our Namecheap, create a record, txt record, add the host, and then we'll go back to Serlzo to copy the value. And the value is very long, but you have to be careful. Then click on copy value. Okay, and then go back to your Namecheap and paste the value and click on verify. Now that has been done. Now let's head over to Serlzo for the next one. So we are back here. We click on verify record. It verified it. Now the next one is the CNAME. Always look out for the information. It says create a CNAME record, fill in the name host field and all that. So the name is tracking, the value is this. So we go back to our name chip. Remember, the case now is a C name record. We look for C name. This is the C name record. We paste the value, and then we paste the name rather, and then we come back here to copy the value. The value is account.serlzo.co. We copy it and we head back again to paste it, and then we mark it good. Now we head over to the next one. All right. Next one is the last, which is, we'll click on verify one more time. Sorry. And then it verifies it. The last one is the DMARC. It says create a TXT record and copy the name and the value. So I will just copy the name and the value. Okay. And then we paste it right there. So the TXT record, and then the value. And then we mark it as success. And once we do, we'll come back here and click on verify. Aviola, everything is done. And then now we now set our sender email, the email we want to use to send out this. This can be anything. It can be, for my case, can be Joshua at, now look at the interest, but it must be at the domain extension. So remember, it's Serlzo.store. Okay. This is how this is how your email can be. It can actually be any other thing like Joe or Len. This part can actually change, or hello, or whatever you want to use. All right. In my case, I'm going to use hello at Serlzo.store. And then I click on add email. Now, this step is completed. You can see that the domain right here is added, but obviously you can see that the DKIM and the DMARC do not turn true. It's still not 100% verified because of propagation. So we'll give it some time and click on verify. You just need to give it time, okay, and click on verify. Now that I've done that, I'll close this guy back. You can see it has now verified. I'll check the DMARC again, click on verify to be sure that the completion of the process is done. It's now verified. We'll close it back, and then let's check again. The DMARC is not yet verified, so we'll wait for some time. Okay, you just have to wait. As far as you are sure you did the right thing, you just wait. After some minutes, you just click on verify again. But just in case you're not sure, if you click on this guy to show you the value there, and you can always confirm if you did it correctly. Okay, can always confirm if it was correctly done. If it was not correctly done, then you update it. It will take few minutes, and then once you are done, you click on verify. Now, like I said, in case it doesn't, now it's verified. Okay, in case it doesn't, just give it some minutes and be sure you copy the correct information. It will be verified. Now this is the entire process, completely verified, account now fully set up. Okay, and this is it about connecting your domain name from Namecheap or any other hosting platform to your email service. See you in the next one. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, you are going to learn how to create your own lead page on Serlzo and how to also install your pixel, your Facebook pixel to it to run ads to it. Right now on Serlzo, you can create a lead page, you can create your sales pages, and then of course run ads to it and generate your traffic. This means that you don't need the website, you don't need the domain name again, you don't need the hosting platform. All you just need to do is a Salesforce account. With just a Salesforce account, you can achieve all this from your Salesforce account. Now, I'm assuming that you have a Salesforce account already. If you don't, you can actually create one using the link in the description of this video, or go on to www.salesforce.com and get started. Now, once you get started, you have to activate your account by choosing a plan for yourself. But this video basically focuses more on creating your lead page. All right. So let's attempt to create our lead page. Okay. Now you come to lead generation and then you click on the DFY lead page. Probably sometime in the future, this page might be renamed to page builder, all right, or whatever it is. But you obviously know that it is a lead page, right? The DFY there stands for done for you. Done for you means that it is almost built out for you. Your goal is just to edit it and begin to use it. If I click on create DFY or generate a DFY page, it brings me to this place. The first thing I have to do is to create the title. The title should be highly optimized. Okay. The highly optimization means that it is something that will be used for SEO of my page. So sales will take the information I give them, optimize it for SEO ranking so that this page that you've created will also rank on Google search if someone is searching for something similar to that. So with that, let's make progress. Let's click on create income. Okay. Income. Let's call it online income generator. All right. And then we select the DFY type. For the purposes of this video, as at the time of recording it, sales have finally released the lead page type. So in the future, I heard they're going to release few other page types. For example, course building sales page and all that kind of pages, right? And then I select the form. A form is, of course, the lead page. I would like to collect the information of my leads when they get to the page. I will select the form I would like to use for that page. Let's call that form the demo form. Okay. Then I continue. Creating this form is very simple. You can actually create it from your account directly on Telzo. And then select the fields you want to display, whether it's the email, phone number, WhatsApp number, or any other field you want for yourself. Then I click on continue. When I click on continue, I will select any template or I want. You can preview these templates that you want, right? But for the sake of this video, I'm going to choose template 2 because the video lead page has a title, a video, a subtitle, and then the CTA. Straight to the point. And of course, all of these templates are high converting. Then I click on start building. Now, when you click on start building, you're going to see this instruction. I always encourage you to read it, but I'm going to explain what it's saying. So it says, select the different parts of the builder and edit with your own content. All changes are automatically saved, so you don't have to worry. So all of these changes you'll be making will be saved locally. It will be localized until you publish it. That means if you don't publish it, it won't be seen by anybody. It will just be saved locally on your on your account. Now, if you click on start building, then it opens up. And then remember, it says that any part of this page you want to edit, let's click on preview. Let me show you the preview state. This is the preview stage of that page, right? Any part I want to edit, all I need to do is to click on it. Now let's edit this headline. Watch a 10 minutes video where I explained how I'm just making this up, in 24 hours using an online income generator. Okay, so this is basically strictly for the purposes of this video. Please, by all means, use real data. Now I can decide to change the color of this guy here, this text here, to I like yellow as a complementary color of blue, and that's it. And then I click on, now I'm done with this part. If you notice, there is generate copy with AI. Very soon they will activate this option to allow you create your content with AI. Right? If you don't know what to write at the headline, you prompt AI and AI will write it for you. Then let's click on this image or video file. You can either use an image file or a video file. In my case, I want to use a video file. So I'll select a video file and then it renders it for me. All right. And I'm using YouTube. Then I can decide to edit the subtext to whatever thing I want. Already open in the editor. If I click on open the editor, it opens here. Now, and of course, I can change the title of this CTA. This is the button they will click that will show them the form to fill. Now, I guess I'm 100% done actually. All I just need to do is publish. You see how simple, easy, and fast this is to achieve. No hiccups, no long story, no waste of time. Straight up. Then I will click on publish. Now on publish, it generates the URL for me. If you are using a higher plan like the Pro and Salesona plan, you'll be able to edit this slug. But this is perfectly optimized for you in terms of SEO, right? So that these pages can rank easily on the internet and on Google search. And this is the part where you paste your Google Analytical code for those who want to track the traffic from Google Analytics. But this is also the part where you set you add your Facebook pixel, okay? And this is the part you describe the page. So I can use the description of learn how to make money online using an online income generator system that helps you. Okay, system, that's all, right? And then the next thing for me to do is to copy my Facebook pixel, right? The goal is to show you how to copy your Facebook pixel. So I'll head over to my browser on Facebook. Now, right here on my screen, you're going to see that I'm on a Facebook account. And here you can actually create any pixel and copy it. And how to create it is very simple. You click on all tools, you click on event manager, put this on a new tab, just start the whole process again. You click on event manager. When you click on event manager, you can actually pick from the event the pixels you've created before. That's if you have already, but if you don't have, you can click on this green button here. This green button, it says connect data source. You click on it, select web, and then click on connect. The next thing you want to do is to enter the name. All right, let's call this again Serlzo test demo, and then we'll click on create. Now when you click on create, you're going to select connect manually. Okay, there is a connect manually option here, and then you click on meta pixel only. Then you click on next. Now you're going to click on see instructions so that you can see the instructions, and then you click on finish. This right here is the code you need to install on your lead page. So you just click on copy code, and then you head back to your Serlzo dashboard and paste the code there. Now I've pasted it straight up, and that's it. all I need to do is to click on publish. So I click on publish, and then voila, my page has been created successfully. All right. Now, this is the page. If I click on this button here, I can view the page. Let me click on view page. Let's view the page. It's loading. Now, this is my page. Very powerful, simple lead page. Do you see that? If I click on this button now, it pops up the form for me to fill. Then I fill it, and that's it. So this is exactly how to set up your lead page. All right. Set up your lead page and also install Facebook Pixel to it. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.